Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Welcome to my new class. So today we will discuss about pharmacology. What are the basic concepts of pharmacology in therapeutics? So before starting my presentations, I would like to define pharmacology. That what is pharmacology? So as we know that all the medical sciences languages, they are Greek or Latin. So here pharmacology is a Greek word. So pharma mean pharmacon mean drug, and logis meaning science or study. You can say the study of drug and its effect on biological system is called pharmacology. Or in other words, it can be defined as the science of drugs dealing with the study of desirable and undesirable effects. So let's suppose whenever we are going to study about the pharmacology, we can directly deals with the drug, that how these drug can produce different type of effects on the body. So it may be desirable or it may be undesirable effects. So after that, and in other words, pharmacology can be defined as it is the study of science and their pharmacologicals and their pharmacological actions on the body, that how these drugs can interact our body systems and can alter the activity of our body. So once again, so I would like to repeat this sentence, that pharmacology actually is the branch of medical sciences in which we study about drug and its effects on biological system. So pharmacon, it is a Greek word. So pharmacon means drug and logis meaning science and study. So simple, you can say it is the science of drugs which is dealing with the study of desirable and undesirable effects. Now let's see here, look at here. Pharmacology, it is further divided into subclasses. It's called pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamic, pharmacy, toxicology, and pharmacotherapeutics. Now pharmacokinetic, or another way pharmacology can be defined as the study of pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic is called pharmacology. So here simple, we can say that pharmacokinetic means what the body does to the drug, and pharmacodynamic mean what the drug does to the body. So this is very simple. So one is PK and one is PD. So let's suppose whenever we are going to administer any drug to the body, so what type of changes and what type of changes you will observe after administration of any drugs. Now, now what is pharmacotherapeutics? So pharmacotherapeutics can be defined as the study of use of drugs, that how the drug are used for the treatment of variety of conditions. So it's called pharmaco. Or in another word, simple, you can say that pharmacotherapeutics, it is the branch of pharmacology in which we study about the uses of drugs or the treatment of a disease with the help of drugs. And this is pharmacy. So pharmacy can be defined as pharmacy is the art and science of preparations of suitable dosage forms. As you can see, there are different type of drugs which can be prepared on commercial scales. It means these all comes under the definition of pharmacy, that it is the art and science of preparation of drugs and medicines from their natural source and synthetic source, from the place of preparation up to its finished form when it is launched in the market. The fifth one is toxicology. So toxicology, it is another branch. You can say this is also the branch of pharmacology in which we study about the toxic effect of the drugs. So whenever we are going to, let's suppose if we are going to increase the dose, the concentration of the drug, so then it become toxic, it become poison. So in toxicology, we are studying about the toxic effects of various drugs. So as we know that there are some effects which are desirable, so as we have discussed. So there must be side effect of all these drugs, and there must be adverse effect that it depend upon on the conditions. Now come to pharmacotherapeutics. So in another word, pharmacotherapeutics can be defined as it is the branch of medical sciences, or it is the branch of medicine which is concerned with the cure of disease or relief of symptoms and induce drug treatment. So this point is clear that especially in pharmacotherapeutics we are going to treat a disease with the help of drugs, with the help of chemical. So this is called what? Pharmacotherapeutics. For example, let's suppose a person who is suffering from a disease. So definitely you are going to treat that person with the help of chemical, with the help of drugs. Next, this is pharmacy. So pharmacy can be defined as it is the art and science of identification, selection, preservation, standardization, compounding and dispensing of medicinal substances. So pharmacy can be defined as, because we are studying about the identity, first of all you will have to identify the drugs and then you will have to select the drug. For example, let's suppose we are using different type of drugs and the treatment of variety disorders. Like for example, let's suppose the person who is suffering from tuberculosis, so antibacterial agent they are used. For example, if a patient who has malaria, so for example for malaria we are using anti-malarial drugs. So it means that you will select a proper drug for the suitable for the particular disease. And how to preservation, this is another, how to preservation of drug mean how we can safety of drug, you can say preservation, how to preserve the drug. Especially standardizations, and standardization, it means that whenever you are going to treat a patient, so your drug, it must be quality type of drugs that have a strong therapeutic effect, while compounding as well as dispensing of medicinal substances, all these are come under the definition of pharmacy. Now what is pharmacopoeia? So pharmacopoeia, these are the basics, these are the basic terminologies of the pharmacology. It is an official code containing a selected list. So these are the officially recommended books. These are the official code containing a selected list of established drugs and medicinal preparations with description of their physical properties and test for their identity, purity and potency, like internationals like Indian Pharmacopoeia, British Pharmacopoeia, United States Pharmacopoeia. So these are the officially recommended, you can say, and these the selected list of established drugs and especially these medicinal preparations along with these descriptions. So and their descriptions, you can study the physical property of the drugs and its different tests, for example to check the identity of the drug, the purity and the potency and the quality. So all these come under the category of pharmacopoeia. Look at the spelling of the pharmacopoeia, should be memorized. Pharmacopoeia. Sometimes teachers they are asking about this the spelling of pharmacopoeia, so then the students get confused, so try to memorize it. Now come to all drug. What is drug? So drug can be defined as, drug is any substance or the product that is used or intended to be used to modify the physiological system or pathological state for the benefit of the recipient. So this is clear. Drug can be defined as in different ways. Drug is a broad term. So drug is a broad term which is used in the treatment, prophylaxis and diagnostic purpose. And in other word, I can say that drug is the, you can say this is the crude form, this is the impure form, this is not the, this is the raw form, you can say this is the crude form. So drug is that substance or the products which are used or intended to be used to modify the physiological system. It means that whenever we are going to administer a drug, so it will bring some modifications, some changes in our physiological system, and it will change your pathological state for the benefit of the recipient. This is very important. Look at this statement. William Withing 1789, so he says, this is his statement, that let's suppose a poison they are taken in small doses, so they become best medicines, and if the useful medicines they are taken in large quantity, they are taken too large doses, so it become poison. So it means that let's suppose if you have a poisons, and these poisons, they are present in a minute quantity and a small quantity, so it means that they are the best medicine, because pharmacologically this point is clear that low dose of a drug is more potent than higher dose, while the high dose it become toxic. So here on the basis of that assumptions, so this point is clear that let's suppose a poison, they are present in a small doses, they are the best medicines and useful medicines, and if you use useful medicine in too large quantity and too large doses, so they become poisons. So it means that drugs have different effects, so it may be desirable or it may be undesirable. So undesirable effect, it is always occur due to what? Due to overdosing. So I will discuss it in detail. Now come to all the drugs names. So these are the different names of the drugs. One is chemical name. So the chemical name mean actually this is the name of the drug, which is given to a drug according to the chemical composition and the molecular structure of the drug. The second one is generic. So in generic, it is usually suggested by the manufacturer. Generic names, this is actually one is proprietary name and one is the non-proprietary name. So brand name or market name, that is called proprietary name, while the generic name is called non-proprietary name. The official name, so as we have already official name is actually it is the name which is used throughout the words. So official name, it is listed in Pharmacopoeia, and with the drug descriptions, they are properly given in the list. So you can, these are the officially, you can say recommended books, for example international pharmacopoeias, Indian pharmacopoeia, British pharmacopoeia, United States pharmacopoeia, London pharmacopoeia, British pharmaceutical, you can say BNF, British National Formulary. So all these are the official recommended books. Brand name is also called trade names, or you can say proprietary name. Look at here, these are the drug names. These are the what? These are the drug names. So the chemical name is, for example, this is the name of the drug alprazolam. We know better. This is antipsychotic, alprazolams, antipsychotic agents. So look at here, this is the chemical name, 1,4-benzodiazepine analogs. This is the chemical name. The chemical name means on the basis of chemical structure, and it's you can say on its chemical structures that all these compounds are present here. So 1,4-benzodiazepine, its generic name is alprazolam, its official name is alprazolam United USP, United States Pharmacopeia, and this is the brand name Alprox. So it means that this drug is available in a market by trade name Alprox. Now looking for the nature and sources of drug, that what is the nature and sources of drugs. So there are different type of sources of drug from which these drugs can be extracted. So the first one is minerals, animal source, plant source, synthetics, microorganism, drug produced by genetic engineering. So in mineral source, the first thing that is liquid paraffin. So liquid paraffin, it can be directly taken from mineral source like magnesium sulfate, etc. It come under the category of mineral source. While animal source like insulin, so as we know that insulins, insulin, these are the hormone which is secreted by the beta cells of pancreas. So this is from animal source. So insulin, it can be injected from outside environment, so it may be in the form of drugs, while thyroids, etc. So this is from animal source, the thyroids, thyroxines, etc. Plant source, those drugs which are extracted from plant source, for example morphine, it can be extracted from plant source. So it means papaver somniferum, papaveracea. So morphine, what is morphine? Morphine is narcotic analgesics. Morphine is what? This is narcotic analgesics. So it is the capability to cause sedation as well as to relieve. Even quinine, it is also extracted. It can be also, quinine is extracted from plant. Cinchona bark. Cinchona bark is the name of the plant from which this drug is extracted. Synthetic source, in synthetic source, you can say aspirin, salicylic acid, sulfonamide. So it comes under these are the drugs. Aspirin can be extracted from the synthetic source. sulfonamides. These penicillin and other antibiotics, it can be extracted from the microorganisms. So these are the sources, and these are the drugs which can be extracted or obtained from these sources. Drug produced by genetic engineering. So now what are the drugs? What are the name of these drugs which can be produced by genetic engineering? So genetic engineering, this is a separate branch of genetics through which you can, for example, here in this case, through genetic engineering, we can formulate, we can prepare, we can produce human insulin. So that human insulin can be produced by genetic engineering, human growth and hormones. So all these come under the category. Now this is called drug development process. Drug develop, how let's suppose if we are going to develop a drug. So this is the protocol which is given in this slide. So what we are doing in chemistry, we are going to perform to synthesize different type of biomolecules like carbohydrate, proteins, vitamins, macronutrients, micronutrients, and purification. So especially in chemistry, we are preparing different type of chemicals, synthetics and purifications, and different type of formulations, especially in animal pharmacology. So we are performing different type of experiments on humans, on the animals. So animal clinicals, testos, animal toxicity, short or long terms. So we are going to perform different type of studies in humans, and then the drug authorities, and then it can be launched in the market. It means that whenever we are going to develop a drug, so before the development of drug, we are responsible to formulate, to synthesize, to do some clinical trials, to apply certain drug on these agents, on these animal, plants, and humans, and then after that, that drug can be approved from the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, and then it can be launched in the market. Inshallah, I will discuss about the drug development process in my next lecture. Thank you so much.